The U.S. Senate and House of Representatives, almost in lockstep, have dropped a bombshell bill to withdraw from NATO. This move is truly outside the usual playbook. Right from the start, the bill pulls no punches, showing no mercy whatsoever, and directly labels NATO a relic of the Cold War. It states bluntly that with the Soviet Union long gone, this military alliance lost its core reason for existence a long time ago. It is nothing but a burden that drags down U.S. finances while also tying down U.S. foreign policy and pulling the U.S. into endless overseas conflicts. It is purely a strategic stumbling block. What is even more drastic is that the bill spells out the NATO withdrawal process in explicit detail. The president must, within 180 days of the bill's entry into force, formally submit a withdrawal notice to the NATO's Secretary General and the 30 member states, strictly abiding by the rule of giving a 1-year advance notice. At the same time, it directly cuts off funding. The federal government shall not spend a single penny on NATO, whether it is for the annual budget, joint military exercises, or support for the DUNA project or technical assistance. All are prohibited. This is a move to cut ties with NATO at the root. The core of this U.S. move boils down to two words: reduce burdens. Since the end of the Cold War, NATO has long lacked a clear adversary, yet it has clung to eastward expansion and inserted itself into the Kosovo War and the Libyan War to stay relevant, gradually becoming a tool for the U.S. to pursue global hegemony. But all this fuss has not only angered Russia and triggered the Russia-Ukraine conflict, but also thrown NATO into chaos. With internal quarrels, the problems are only growing. Now the U.S. no longer wants to carry this burden and is fully focused on the Indo-Pacific, so it naturally intends to kick NATO aside. But don't think the U.S. can just walk away whenever it wants. The total economic output of NATO as European member states exceeds $20 trillion, and their military strength also ranks among the top in the world. However, without the U.S. as its backbone, Europe's security system will most likely collapse. After all, U.S. military strength accounts for more than 60% of NATO's total. Major European countries like Germany, France, and the UK will certainly not sit idly by. They will inevitably put pressure on the U.S. and may even adjust their relations with the U.S. to seek cooperation with other countries. This is the last outcome the U.S. wants to see. Therefore, this withdrawal bill will most likely not become a reality, but the signal it sends is more significant than the bill itself. The US's loyalty to NATO has dropped to its lowest points since the end of the Cold War, and the cohesion of this veteran military alliance has long been full of holes. Whether the U.S. withdraws in the end or not, NATO can never go back to what it was. The once glorious to love hegemony is no longer in its prime. This withdrawal turmoil is like a whistle, indicating that the restructuring of the global security pattern has quietly accelerated. The world ahead will only become more eventful.